questions in the world, which is, are vaccines safe? Maybe even to put it more simply put, are vaccines safer than contracting the diseases that, they're supposed to protect us from? If you ask that question, as you well know, Neil, all hell breaks loose in mainstream media, from scientists, from medicine. This is a question we are not supposed to ask. And so, at the heart of this film, and I've been on an investigation on this question alone for nearly 10 years. I was a producer on the CBS talk show The Doctors, so I consider myself a medical producer. I won an Emmy Award, which is a great achievement in America in television, for my work turning science and medicine into, television and entertainment. I got onto an investigation of vaccines back in 2016. I released a documentary called Vaxxed. That was about a whistleblower inside the CDC that said that they were committing scientific fraud in the vaccine safety studies. A very, very controversial film that blew up worldwide. So while I was on tour with that film in 2016, I was traveling the country. We were, showing it to nothing but sold out audiences, 5 showings a day, 5 days a week at least, for almost an entire year. We were on a tour. And, as I was on that tour, I was moving up through Michigan at one point, and someone reached out to me and said, "Hey, I know the head of infectious disease at Henry Ford Health, a man named Dr. Marcus Zervos." And they said, "Would you like to meet him?" And I said, "Sure, I would love to talk to anybody that has deeper intelligence or information on vaccines." And this is a top infectious disease expert at Henry Ford is one of the most revered research institutes in America. So it does studies and trials. For instance, this very same Dr. Marcus Zervos was the head of the Moderna COVID vaccine trials in America, one of the arms that studied Moderna at Henry Ford Health. So this is what he does for a living. Anyway, in 2016, we had a dinner, and he had watched my film at that time called Vaxxed, and sat down. He said, "Look, I've watched your film. It's very compelling." He said, I want you to know I'm staunchly pro-vaccine. I believe vaccines are one of the greatest inventions in medicine. I said, "Great. I'm not here to refute that. I'm just asking questions because I'm meeting so many people that are having injuries from vaccines. I just want to know if they're safe." And he said to me at the dinner, he said, "I've been watching your videos as you're traveling the country.
What's that?
And you're saying something that I found troublesome. And I'm, on your YouTube and, all these different places I was speaking." He said, "You are saying that they've never done the proper science to establish that vaccines are safe." And he said, "Obviously, I took issue with that." And he said, "I sit on the biggest databases in the world, so I went and did my research so I could come and show you the evidence of that science." And he said to me at that dinner, "And I'm shocked that I have to sit across from you and tell you you're right." He said, "I couldn't believe it, but there are no placebo-based safety trials of any of the vaccines that are currently on the childhood schedule at the CDC in America."
Well,
That's his
follow-
statement, not mine.
Why of
Yeah.
all products, of all
Yeah.
medical procedures, these are products that are routinely put into the bodies of millions of children. Why of all products are these not covered by the kind of things that you're talking about, like placebo trials and the rest? Surely they would be at the very top of the list of products that would be tested in that way.
You're absolutely right, and it's probably one of the greatest mysteries that exists in science now. Why did they skip the gold standard of safety investigation of any pharmaceutical product? Let me just take it a step further for a second, Neil, to give it context. Here in America, and I'm sure the same is true in England and all over the world, there have been cancer drug trials that
Yeah, I can kind of say something really quick on that. I kind of see the ballpark idea of what you want. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I was thinking too in that genre of understanding. It baffles us that people are still trying to explain these things. And as you can see, just listening to him, and he's explaining a conversation he had with somebody who's saying, yeah, they're all for the vaccines. They think it's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Right, I know. I'm going to try to condense it a little bit because I want to go make a coffee and I'm doing some stretches and stuff. So when you think about the things we've been trying to take a sip of water. So when you think about the things we've been talking about and the understanding of a vaccine, inoculation, tolerance, and you can apply this to a lot of things, whether it's coffee, narcotics, alcohol. How many hot dogs can you eat? Right, so when you think back to vaccines, the discovery of penicillin, antibiotics, incredible. Learning about all those things is amazing. And just the process of them learning how to inject, extract, put to sleep, wake up. And right there, there's a lot to learn about, and it's so interesting and fun. It's sad so many are deprived of these teachings, and it gets kind of bombarded by salespeople who want to jump on board, those people who fear the reaper and they're going to get rid of all the medications and make you eat maggots. And people make a lot of money off of their fear. And then try to tell you about the child pedo rings that they're trying to stop and they're eating babies. I don't know, we hope that they come to their senses and help to bring clarity and understanding. Maybe they just didn't get it. They thought because someone was really racist, or someone really had a criminal record, or they were really a Karen to their standards, non-vaxxer, Nazi in their opinion, whatever the fuck that means. Right, insane, isn't it? So as long as they feel like, yep, they're really mean, or they're really racist, or they're very rude, yeah, we got to teach that one a lesson. I mean, that keeps them holding on to their bullshit and justifying what they do in a lot of these situations. And we try to get them to see that's getting a lot of innocent people killed, from the streets to law enforcement to innocent special needs children. Yeah, very sad. Right, because when you understand the child and animal pornography connected to some of those sales and marketing groups, what does this have to do with the vaccines? Back to that. Right, so when you understand, I know it's amazing when you actually start to connect the dots and what's been going on with a lot of that stuff. Do the vaccines cause autism? Well, I mean, only in someone who's predisposed. Well, how do you know? And maybe not. I mean, there are factors too. I mean, with awareness and counteracting measures and proper upbringing, yeah, you wouldn't even know probably. Can handle it just fine. Well, that should be easy considering a lot of middle-aged and young adult parents are well-rounded and taught in our education systems and not totally fucked with prescription drugs and an overload of vaccines and prescription drugs. Their systems just so heavily taxed. Bunch of poverty, alcoholic, drug addicts. It's very scary when you actually look at it. Talk about the Walking Dead. I know, everyone's always like, it's gonna turn into Mad Max, it's gonna this, it's gonna, bad things are gonna happen. Like, it's not already happening every day. There's just more people that profit from the hoopla and stupidity. Idiots. Well-bred, silver-spoon entitled pieces of shit. Right. So, anyways, when you think about the vaccines and the history, the discovery of penicillin, polio, what is polio and what was causing the symptoms of polio were a lot of the chlorinated pools, right? People traveling more. One of the presidents, actually, if you remember, right, because he had gone up to Canada and he had eaten some different meat, probably wasn't cooked properly. Right, and when you start introducing yourself to all these new things and trees and maybe even poison ivy, who knows? What is this? Calamine lotion is great, yeah. And look at the history of that and just the discovery of why one would use that. Don't put your witch's brew on me, that's going to make it worse. You know, it gets worse before it gets better. That's part of the healing process. Fuck you. Okay, you know what? Fine, go. Right, I mean, you can do this stupid shit all day long, Salem's Lot. I want to suck your blood. Right, so when you understand the symptoms of polio and what was causing those symptoms and how... Right, well, education, I mean, what ridded polio and the symptoms of polio? Because it still exists, doesn't it? Numbness, tingling. Right, for some it was crippling, right? It's pretty bad. Right, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the worst crippling scenarios came after they started trying to test the vaccines to help with whatever sickness the president had come down with on his trip to Canada. Call me crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Right, so anyways, then you have refrigeration and all these great things, learning how to properly cook things, meat temperature, refrigeration, airtight, sealed containers. Put it in a Ziploc. You need it to be pressure sealed. Pressure sealed. Oh, there's a puncture. Don't eat it. Throw it out. No, throw it out. Better safe than sorry. If you're not sure, you know what they say, you throw it out. Oh, I'm willing to risk it. I mean, you got some crackers over there. Do you really need to risk it? Throw the pig's ass out and eat the fucking rice. I mean, you're not sure, are you? I mean, if you really got to think about it, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, right? So, yeah. So, vaccines. No, when you think about it, here, I'll help you better understand. Do you know what allergies are? Do you know what allergies are? Right, so do you want to sit here and debate as to whether or not Benadryl is a good medicine? What do I think? I don't think either way. It's an amazing discovery. It's great for some people with allergies. I personally wouldn't take it. I remember taking that stuff back in the day. It made me sick, really sleepy. Don't like it. Never took it again. Now, when you start getting into allergy medications, there's Claritin, right? You have a lot of different allergy medications, don't you? Now, some allergy medications are more specified to certain allergies, right? Well, this is like hay fever type allergies. Some more nasally, itchy eyes, cat dander type allergies. Oh, and you want to use this one. It might not work as good on you as it did on them. Yeah, your system looks a little more fucked up. I can't really tell though. I mean, I can only judge based on the surface. Right, so do you want to debate whether or not we should get rid of allergy medication? Right, no one's saying that. I personally don't use it. If I get, itchy eyes or anything that's associated to allergies, I just kind of deal with it. I mean, if it gets irritating or I feel anything that needs help with in that kind of category, I like essential oils. Cutting back on certain allergens, dairy, shellfish. I handle a lot of nuts pretty well. I love nuts. Right, so see how we're not saying get rid of shellfish, dairy, or your allergy medications. Good to have that education though, right? Right, now, if you want to make a mandate and force everybody to take allergy medications, because allergies are horrible. Have you seen him? Oh my god, he couldn't even breathe. Anaphylactic shock. Right, so now because people are scared, we got to mandate that everybody take allergy medications so that doesn't happen. Are you fucking serious? No, I don't think so. Right, do you understand how stupid that would be? So that's what happened with vaccines. Right, and they made one for we have an allergy medication. This one's for poison ivy. You got to take this one. You got to take this one for eggs. You got to take this allergy medication for dairy. You got to take this allergy. I mean, the allergies are right on the back of a lot of packages. What else? You gotta take this allergy medication for cat dander. I don't have a cat. Shh, other people do. It's in their clothes. The fleas jump right off of them. Shh, you gotta take it. Fuck you. I know, right? What kind of world do you think we're living in? Here, this one's for dog. Dog allergies are different than cat allergies. Here, take this one. This one's for horse allergies. That's what happened with vaccines. Can people wake the fuck up? It's just bacteria strains, right? Okay. So, what would be the proper education and precautions? And what symptoms would one say, hey, I should either take an antibiotic or. Right, I mean, there's a lot of other natural alternatives, but even I myself, who love my natural garlic, antibiotics type stuff, keep the system, pH, probiotics, healthy gut biome. Right now, I just had to get an antibiotic from the doctor, pretty strong amoxicillin, because I have a really bad tooth infection. You know, my teeth are fucked. They've been fucked since I was a kid. I think I've explained that when I was like 10 years old. At night, when I was sleeping, I was grinding holes in all my teeth, and all my teeth had holes in them. And they had to fill in my teeth with this stuff. I don't know what the fuck it was. So over the years, you know, you think about all the sugar and just lack of probably not brushing my teeth as much as I should. Acid damage, you know, so many things, smoking. I took Suboxone for years, pretty high doses, and that stuff really fucks up your teeth. They suggest you rinse your mouth right after you let that dissolve into your tongue. Yeah, so, yeah, my teeth are fucked. I'm not complaining. That's just the way it is. So I'm saying, yeah, there are situations where it's like, yeah, I should get an antibiotic. Toothache is the worst, huh? I don't care how strong you are. Bad toothache will put you down. You are out of commission for the day. Some people are different, though. Sometimes they want something to do because it keeps their mind off of the pain instead of just laying there thinking about it. Letting it really set in, you know. But yeah, thank goodness for antibiotics. There are some situations where, thank goodness, and I will call the doctor. I know, now you can order them right online. I saw that. Different care packages. Dr. Drew has one on his channel, a few other people. That's awesome. Has an EpiPen and everything. Have you seen the epinephrine inhalers? Yeah, hold on. I have one right here. Actually, it expired. I'd gotten it a while back when they first came out because I saw them on the shelf and I said, that's incredible. Those are going to fly off the shelf. I went back the next day. They were gone. Yeah, I think it was about $30. Yeah, this one, hold on. Yeah, I got it right at Walgreens. Get this thingy out so I can show you the expiration date. Yeah, that expired in August of 2022. Yeah, so that makes sense. It was probably the summer, August 22. I was walking to Walgreens a lot that summer. They shut down. There's nothing there. It's a great spot for something if anyone wants to put like an arcade. Nice little coffee shop or a bakery there would be cool. Not more office space. I know everyone has a charity these days or an online business, and they need office space. Yeah, they're working. They are working members of society, man. We'll give them a round of applause and kick me in the head. We're used to it. So, yeah, when you think about the vaccines, did the allergy thing help you understand the madness at which we deal with? Right, and then when they're forcing people to take these things and not giving them a choice, if I was like, no, Benadryl makes me sick, please. I can't take it. It makes me really tired. No, I'll be falling asleep, please. Did you see their face blow up? They suffocated and died. We're not going to let that happen to you. They're too stupid to understand. They're going to kill themselves and the children. They're going to bring back measles. Right, it gets really old and stupid. So then when you have these fucking fucktards that fear things, I mean, I think they just do it purposely because they know to not fear it and accept the facts means losing a lot of money and that they were wrong. Right. Yeah, we could really care less. Hi, my name's Mary. We're in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here, and my youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. This isn't a fucking joke. And the abuse and the torture that they go through, and have already been through, I don't even like to fucking think about it. And how people cover it up and pass this off as though nothing's happening here, and are set in their minds that if we're mean or rude or racist, or a Karen, we have a record, that somehow that justifies them doing what they're doing and ignoring the facts and concerns. They're sick and demented, and they need fucking help. They, right there, 1, 2, 3, need to pack their fucking shit and get the fuck out of here. Friendly advice. No threats coming from us, but believe me when I say the powers that be are gonna get you, and you're not gonna like it. Right, I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here. And to you, buddy, I'd sell your business and get the fuck out of here. You are not welcome here. Anybody protecting fucking child molesters and child abusers and profiting from the abuse of immigrants and mentally retarded people, impaired, challenged, excuse me, shut the fuck up, is not welcome here. You got a fucking problem with that? And if you want to say anyone who speaks like me isn't welcome, so be it. Bye. I don't really fucking care. Proper authorities need to help those fucking kids. Michael Scott Garand is the abuser, and him and his sick fucking mother, Shirley, are 2 of the most abusive people I know. When are people around here going to wake up and stop acting like pieces of fucking hick shit? Merry Christmas to the rest of you. Much love, health, and peace all. If you want to say that this is a problem and somebody needs to do something about me so they don't have to listen to this, that's the fucking problem. Time for you to wake up, chickadees. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, much love, health, and peace to the rest of you. Good, good. We're going to make a coffee. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's a really beautiful morning. Oh, happy day when Jesus was. When Jesus was. From which one? Ooh, okay, I'll do one from there. Let me set this over here. It's warming up. Ah, that sounds warm. The works of George Eliot, Adam Beatty, Lifted Veil. I really love this book. I would suggest it. Especially to you. I think you'd really love this book. Oh, it's still going. I thought it stopped. This was donated by somebody. These pages are crumbling. There, Dauphin, tell me what that is. Copyright 1908 by the University Press. That's from the painting, yeah. The Colonial Press, C.H. Simmons Company, Boston, USA. I'm going to do a random one. Page 44. It's sectioned off like that. See how if you go way back here, page 292. Yeah, so it's different. Yeah, something like that. Page 43. Okay, you go ahead. 42, delivery of the letter. Page 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 47. She felt a revival of hope at the mention of a letter which Adam had not read. There would be something quite different in it from what he thought. Here we go. And someone wanted to do a just for today. Yes, haven't done one of those in a little bit. Thank you for suggesting, or requesting, I should say. Page 15, March 15th, page 74. He paid his taxes. During the recent Senate Crime Investigating Committee sessions, Senator Charles W. Tobey questioned underworld figure Frank Costello about what he had done for his country. Mr. Costello, the senator, asked, "Bearing in mind all that you have gained and received in wealth, what have you done for your country as a good citizen?" "Well, I don't know what you mean by that," the witness says as he squirmed in his chair. "Look back over the years," the senator explained, "to the time when you became a citizen. Now, 20 years after that, you must have in mind some things you have done that you can speak of to your credit as an American citizen. If so, what are they?" A long pause ensued as Costello seemed to be racking his brain. Finally, he rasped, "I paid my taxes." Paying taxes is about the only way in which many participate in the running of their country. By neglecting to vote and to play a personal part in public affairs, they hurt their own best interest as well as those of everybody else. "Because thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will place thee over many things." Matthew 25:21. "O God, grant me the wisdom to see that by failing to do my full duty as a citizen, I am failing you." That Inner Charm, March 16th. A community in Pennsylvania announced a charm school designed to make teachers more attractive. The printed sales talk went like this: "Would you like to know some of the hairdos becoming to different types? Does your voice have that quality which makes pupils want to listen? No doubt there is certain merit in charm school. Most of us could stand a bit of it. But the real charm that most need is the charm that comes from developing the mind, the heart, and the soul in the ways of Christ. You can do this by being gentle instead of abrupt, by giving attention instead of only seeking it, by adapting yourself to others instead of expecting them to always fit into your plans, by praising and not blaming, by encouraging in place of discouraging. Nor do I judge according to the book of man, for man seeth those things that appear, but the Lord beholdeth the heart. Teach me, O Lord, to develop in myself that inner charm that must precede any real exterior charm. Well, I'd say that's probably why many of us are still rolling, huh? Being gentle instead of abrupt. Giving attention instead of seeking it. Adapting yourself to others instead of expecting them always to fit into your plans. By praising and not blaming. By encouraging in place of discouraging. Yeah, I remember after Chris shot himself in 2009 and all that was going on with the vaccines, and there was just so much hate and death. Good doctors. One that got hit by a Mack truck. And yeah, there was two actually over the years. You might not know about that first one because you're always referring to, was it Dr. Which one? They're out in Whitefield, Windsor Whitefield, riding their bike. Yeah, there's actually a good handful directly associated to these cases we're talking about. Yeah, I mean a lot more if you start getting into the other cases. Right, because when you see that like there's a good handful with this case and you add in another case, boom, you get another handful of good innocent people that have been targeted and killed by these sick motherfucking pieces of shit. Traveling bands of cesspools of nasty fucking marketers and people that prey on the innocent, vulnerable, stupid. Yeah, and they tear down, I mean, the ones who are actually disabled and special needs. They try to brush them off as though they're just retarded or stupid or misbehaved, and then cash in on all the funding that is going to those things. Yeah, this is what a lot of them have been doing, actually. Yeah, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, take a look. I remember just trying to be so patient and loving with people and seeing the hate that a lot of them were putting towards people around me. My own siblings dissing on my parents, calling my mother a fat piece of shit, wanting to knock my father out. I know, all is said and done, but I just remember at that time, it was right after Chris shot himself. And for us to, be so gentle and loving and trying to bring people back to what's good in life. I know, we were posting stuff with like the old people dancing and yeah, the punks just weren't having it. And they were getting all the psychos and the idiots involved with the 7-Eleven stings and professional brothels and massage places, trafficking drugs. Right, and I mean, look at it. If we didn't have all that love and patience, trying to praise people instead of blame them, hoping they'd come to their senses. Yeah, then by 2013, after that, it was like, yeah, game over. And then we didn't even get mean till 2019, way after our trip to Canada. I know, and when you look at how they try to portray those things, I'm like, wow, you have no idea, do you? No, apparently not. You try to tell them, too. It does. It makes us very sad, but we know in our hearts of hearts that, we exhausted efforts, and it's amazing that we survived and are still here and day after day seeing all the innocent bloodshed and people being killed and the ignorance while these children are being fucked and tortured by these punks and the child and animal pornography they're feeding to different people and strong-arming good people. Yeah, and you have these good guys like President Trump and Kennedy, other people working in these industries that are risking their lives and doing everything they can to try to bring clarity and understanding And these motherfuckers around here want to continue to ignore and laugh in our faces. And it's really fucking disgusting and disturbing. And we're going to keep speaking out until the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do to help these children, okay? Okay, my name's Mary. We're right here if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'm going to make a coffee. Probably go watch a few more videos while I do some stretches and coloring. Well, drawing, shading, whatever you want to call it. However you want to say it, in whatever tone you want to say it. Oh, she's coloring. Psycho. She's doing beautiful artwork. I know. Notice how it all depends on their position and what they're selling and who they're trying to tear down. You people are fucking sick. Yeah, they've been mentally deranged and sick for a long time. We're doing the best we can. You're welcome. Thank you.